In 2015, the Jubilee administration took a decision to scrap examination fees for all students sitting the national examinations in what President Kenyatta said was extending the fundamental promise of opportunity for all. Previously, thousands of poor students were disenfranchised from sitting the examinations after failing to raise the examination fees. Even those lucky to have sat the examinations, their results would be withheld by respective schools until clearing their fee arrears.
And consequently, with effect from next year, the government will extend the exam fee waiver for private school students for their KCPE and KCSE exams.
President Kenyatta argued that it was foolhardy to expect to raise education standards in the country, while a section of learners was being left out by denying them the right to sit the examinations after years of labor.
The government continues to allocate sufficient resources to the management of public schools in Kenya. The allocation for free-day secondary funding in the financial year 2016-2017 is Kenya shillings 29 billion.
But President Kenyatta's biggest legacy in the education sector, beyond the connection of public schools with electricity and increasing the education sector capitation, was the curriculum reforms he introduced in his second term. With the 844 system declared defective, President Kenyatta has been at the forefront of pushing for curriculum reforms through the competence-based curriculum, CBC, expected to empower learners wholesomely.
That to be architects of our destiny, we must plan for it. Given that the challenges of our times calls us to respond using our education system, we can only succeed through designing and implementing a fit-for-purpose education system.
And while the implementation of a new curriculum has faced some headwinds, which include resistance from a section of education stakeholders, confusion over the placement of junior secondary schools and the capacity of schools, the construction of about 10,000 classrooms is on course, with President Kenyatta having directed Treasury to make available 8.1 billion shillings to go towards the same cause.
To rationalize all programs and courses offered in our universities, to ensure that they are adequately prepared for the admission of the first competency-based curriculum cohort in the year 2029, and 8, to work with all stakeholders in the sector and government ministries to ensure that the competency-based curriculum reforms are smooth and systematically rolled out at all levels of education.
CBC is not examination-oriented. You are creating a holistic child, each of whom is important, including your own.
Following the contested 2017 general election, President Uhuru Kenyatta reached out to Raila Odinga, and after months of talks, the two emerged from Harambee House to shake hands in what is now famously called the handshake.
We have had the opportunity for extensive discussions on matters Kenya, and we have come to a common understanding, an understanding that this country of Kenya is greater than any one individual.
The two decided to bury the hatchet and try to craft a new political direction for Kenya in what they said was to keep the country safe for future generations.
The time has come for us to confront and resolve our differences. These differences are becoming too entrenched. No two Kenyans agree on the origins of the differences and what they portend. Millions of our children continue to be born and married into these differences.
Elections come and go, but Kenya remains. So as we plan ourselves for the future, our future cannot be dictated by the forthcoming election. Our future must be dictated by the prosperity, stability of our nation and the well-being of our people.
Through a 9-point agenda that birthed the Building Bridges initiative, President Kenyatta and Raila made an attempt to amend some sections of a constitution that they both argued were inhibitive or non-responsive to a new day Kenya. The Building Bridges Initiative task force went round the country, conducting public hearings that resulted in various constitutional and policy proposals through the famous BBI bill. The bill has since been impugned by the High Court, the Court of Appeal, and the Supreme Court. President Kenyatta and Raila have received international recognition for the selfless act of the handshake, despite their acrimony in the elections that threatened to divide the country. But the working relations with Raila dealt a blow to the unity that had characterized the president and his deputy William Ruto, and even the ruling Jubilee Party. In the end,